Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? Welcome back. So, tonight, Canelo Alvarez is fighting William Scull for the undisputed, I believe, super middleweight championship of the world. So, let's break it down. First, let's break down Canelo Alvarez, an incredible fighter, a defensive master. Now, Canelo is a very slow on the feet fighter. He's not flashy. He's nothing like your, let's see, Pernell Whitaker, where he's always moving with the feet or your bevel. He's a very slow-footed guy. He's flat-footed. This means he's slower. But to compensate for that, his defense comes from his upper body. He's basically notorious for his ups and downs in the sense of, his slipping, uh, and his dips. Very, very famous for that. He's a very reactive type of fighter. He's gonna make you miss by the smallest of margins, and then when you've overextended, you reached your hand out too far, he'll catch you clean. He'll catch you very, very good. Canelo is really adaptable given the situation and type of fighter he's up against. So, for example, if you're up against a faster fighter, such as, let's say, Caleb Plant, for example, when he was up against Caleb Plant, he began to pressure them and time them. Pressure meaning he was more aggressive and, he exerted himself as a force on that ring. And he let's just say he timed them. He figured out what combinations they throw. He's a very, very smart fighter. He can see patterns, and he'll see a common combination, and he'll exploit it pretty well. So, an example of this, Amir Khan. He was fighting Amir Khan back in, I believe, 2020. I want to say. And Amir was kind of winning on the points at this stage. He was winning, I believe. He timed him. Threw that right overhand right in the chin. Amir Khan was out cold. Cold with a K to rhyme with the can. But here we go. He's crazy. He's crazy good. Canelo's punch placement is also a very good weapon of his. So Canelo will mainly go for your body and your arm. There's many a fight that Canelo will try to stop you from punching as much with volume because he'll go and he'll punch right here on on your arm, your bicep. He he goes for there because obviously when you're punching and your arm is sore, your bicep is sore here, then it hurts. It hurts to punch. It's going to get tiring to punch, and suddenly your volume is going to start decreasing. It's going to go back the way. It's genius. Not only that, Canelo also likes to go for the body and the torso. It's a long-term investment. Some people like to go to the face for the knockout early, but the body is great too. Body is arguably more painful to hit than the face sometimes. So what Canelo will do, he'll throw his signature left hooks onto the body, and he'll keep trying to break you down throughout the fight, and kind of hoping that you deteriorate to the end of the fight, and he can finish you off then and there. And if he can't, then he'll probably win on points. So regardless, because you'll be slowed down, your volume's not as good, and he'll have a better time outlanding you and outpointing you. So regardless, it's a genius strategy. Canelo's final weapon, his endurance. In other words, he's got a chin. He's got a crazy chin for a middleweight. He fought 3 times with Gennady Golovkin, also known as Triple G, and that guy's a monster. He's considered one of the hardest hitters in middleweight history. For example, Golovkin, before Canelo, uh, in the span of 8 years, so he fought for ages, right? But in the span of 8 years, Golovkin would knock out every opponent he faced. Every single one he would knock out. He faced Canelo 3 times. Neither man got dropped. So obviously, Golovkin's got a great chin on him too. But Canelo's got a fantastic chin as well. Because to go against such a hard hitting guy and never be knocked down, it's impressive. It's very impressive. So that's just another interesting addition to Canelo's arsenal of boxing utilities. We'll say that. Yeah, very fancy words, I know. So let's talk a little bit about the underdog himself, William Scull, the Cuban-born fighter, who is obviously the underdog in this fight against Canelo Alvarez. So Skull is a very, how would I say, decision based fighter. I'll get into that later, but he's not got many knockouts. So, if expect this fight to probably go to a decision, I would say. Uh, Now, what I'll say about Skull, he is he's more of a volume based puncher from the footage I've seen. He has multiple punches. Like he doesn't just look for the one single shot. He tries to break you down with an accumulation of clean, good shots, and he's gonna try and take you wear you down really. But again, I don't see him doing this against Canelo in the sense of taking Canelo out. I don't think he knocks Canelo out at all. If anyone is to knock anyone out, it would be Canelo knocking out Skull. But I'll get into that a little bit more. But Skull is strategic. He is an outboxer. This means he wants to keep you away and at the distance. And this will be interesting. This should be interesting. So Skull is going to use his range to try and keep Canelo away from him and try to keep you at a distance so that he can chip away at you and control the fight. That's what an outboxer does, and that's what William Skull is. His footwork isn't nothing particularly flashy. It's nothing like, sort of similar to Canelo. His footwork gets the job done. It's efficient. It's smart. He steps to try and take control. Do you know what I mean with his footwork? He's nothing like, Prince Nassim, where he's dancing around and he's darting around the ring like a madman. It's sort of slow and calculated, and I wouldn't say as slow as Canelo, but it's still slow enough. I mean, he doesn't dart around the ring. He's not like some madman who's everywhere all at once. So it's not going to be. That's going to be one thing that I'd say might make Skull struggle a little with. Finally, just talking about a little bit of William Skull's defense. His defense is great. Obviously, he's a IBF world champion, so it's obviously it's at that level for a reason. He's at that level. His defense is pretty superb, but is it at the level of Canelo Alvarez? I don't know. He can block, he can parry, he has decent movement. He moves laterally, so left to right. He's kind of timing you a little. He is a slight bit of a counter puncher. At least he can counter punch. He has shown us, uh, but I don't know if it's enough for Canelo. And actually, I'm going to break down why right now. Canelo Alvarez versus William Skull. Who's going to win? Let's figure it out. Comparing the two boxers' power, Canelo will be having the superior power all day long. Now, Canelo, in about 66 fights, he has 39 knockout victories, whereas the Cuban himself, William Skull, he has 23 victories, 9 knockouts. Now, obviously, I know what you're saying, but that's not always how it goes. Dimitri Bivol had 12 wins and 12 knockouts, and he's the undisputed light heavyweight champion. But that's Dimitri Bivol. Dimitri Bivol and William Skull, they're two different caliber of fighters. I feel like just analyzing Skull's footwork that's going to pose an issue for Skull. The magic with Bivol and how he beat Canelo is he was in and he was out. He didn't give Canelo a chance to counterattack. You know what I mean? He was out of there. He didn't give you the opportunity. He didn't give Canelo the opportunity to get his get back. He was out and then he was back in and he was volume punching and then he was back out again. It's a perfect style suited for Bivol, right? William Skull, like I said, is a slow fight. Well, not slow, but slow enough fighter. It's not like his movement is as flashy as Bivol. Not any day of the week is it. Basically, the biggest question to answer who would win between Canelo and Skull is, can Skull keep Canelo away? Now, Canelo is known for his Mexican style. Obviously, some countries teach a certain trademark type of style based on where you're from. And in Mexico, they're very infighters. Infighters meaning they try to get right up to your face and work on you. You know what I mean? Like, take Mike Tyson, for example. He's a very famous example of an infighter. He tries to go in the range. So when you're boxing, there's two types of ranges. There's the outer range, which means, do you see the other my fist right now? You're outside of my fist. That's the out range. Whereas, if I'm say you're punching and I get under that arm, I'm under the width of your arm. That's the in range. That's where you can get to work. Canelo works like that. He tries to get in. He uses his defense to sort of slip in. He comes in. He's trying to, dodge your punches and all. He's trying to make you overextend. He's trying to get in and do some damage, particularly to the body, because he loves working and punching on that body. Whereas William Scull is an outboxer. So what William's going to try and do is he's going to try to punch you. He's going to punch you. He wants to keep you on the end of his fist. He doesn't want you getting in. He doesn't want you getting near so you can do your work. He wants you to keep you away. And to do this, he's going to use his footwork to try and move backwards and away to try and evade you for as long as he can. And he can try to control the pace of the fight. Here's the problem. Scull will not have the IQ, I believe, to do that on Canelo. Canelo is such an experienced fighter, world class. Whereas with William Scull's opponents, he's never had to face someone like Canelo. Canelo is such an intelligent fighter, and William Scull is obviously an incredible fighter to get to the IBF Championship of the world. Absolutely. But will he outsmart Canelo? I don't see it. Canelo has fought far tougher competition, far stronger competition, far more intelligent competition. He's fought everyone he can. Do I see it, Scull having it in him to do it? I don't know. I don't think so, though. But yesterday I said Ryan Garcia was going to knock the fuck out of Rolly Romero, and look how wrong I was. So anything can happen in boxing. But realistically, Canelo should have an easy time tonight against William Scull. Keyword is should. Don't sue me if you bet on Canelo and then you lose money, because this shit happens all the time, okay? It's boxing. But overall, I think Canelo's Mexican aggressiveness is far more developed than William Scull's Cuban style. Scull is very amateur Cuban sort of base boxer. He's trying to control the ring, but it's going to be hard to control a boxer who's so intelligent like Canelo. If it was someone dumb, or well, I shouldn't say dumb, but does not have as high IQ as Scull, then Scull would have an easy time controlling the pace of the fight. But this is Canelo. Canelo's fought Gennady Golovkin. He's fought Amir Khan. He's fought Kovalev. He's fought John Ryder. He's fought Edgar Berlanga. Dominated them all. And I don't see this being any different. So, my prediction, unanimous decision, Canelo Alvarez victory. That's my call. That's what I'm calling anyways. I could be totally wrong. It happens. It's boxing. Anything can happen, and that's what makes it such a beautiful sport. But I think Canelo's got this in the bag, boys. Cha-ching. Don't bet on it, though, because betting is stupid, especially for boxing. Never bet your money on that stuff, man. Never. I hope you all had a good time watching this video. I hope this helped you understand the difference between Canelo and Scull and what I think is going to happen tonight. And let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, maybe. I'd appreciate the support, the critique, really anything. Engagement is engagement. But hey, have a good time watching the boxing show tonight in Riyadh, and I hope you have a great day, guys. Have a good one.